Folks, in my 20 years in the league, I've never seen anything like this. I've scouted, analyzed, and followed every corner of the NFL, and what's unfolding right now is beyond anything I could have imagined. The whispers, the secret meetings. This is no ordinary rumor. This is a seismic, league-shaking, game-changing bombshell that could transform the 2026 NFL landscape in ways we're just beginning to understand. Trust me, I've been around the block, seen players move, watched big trades fall apart, and had access to some of the most tightly sealed sources in the game. But what's happening now? It's an entirely different level. If you think you've seen big, think again. Because what I'm about to tell you could shake the foundations of the NFL as we know it. And here's the raw truth. You, the true insiders, are on the verge of witnessing a move that will define careers, rewrite franchise futures, and set off a ripple effect that's going to be felt across the league for years. You want the full truth, the inside scoop that nobody else dares to reveal? Stay tuned, because what I'm about to drop is nothing short of monumental. But remember, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's more beneath the surface, much, much more, waiting to be uncovered. The question is, are you ready to see the big picture? Because what's coming will blow your mind. Now let's get straight into it. This isn't just another rumor, it's a carefully calculated move rooted in league-wide intel, scouting reports, and front office whispers. The Philadelphia Eagles are quietly, secretly, meticulously plotting something that could shake the entire NFL order. And the centerpiece of this plan? Jard Verse, the rising star linebacker from Los Angeles, is at the heart of this game-changing equation. Yes, you heard that right. Jard Verse. But before I blow the lid wide open on this incredible possibility, you need to do one thing. Smash that subscribe button, hit like, and activate that bell. Because the moment I reveal the full scope of what's happening behind closed doors, only those who are truly in the know will understand the significance. If you want to be ahead of the curve, the ones with the real insider info, then you better stay tuned. Because this isn't just about football, it's about legacy, power, and the future of the NFL. Now let's peel back the layers. Right now, the Philadelphia Eagles have a core that's legendary. Nick Sirianni's coaching staff, a roster packed with talent, a Super Bowl championship under their belt, and a relentless hunger to dominate again. But as any true analyst knows, championships aren't won solely with talent. They're won with vision, strategy, and sometimes a little bit of league-shaking audacity. The Eagles are in a prime position to make a bold move that could put them miles ahead of their division rivals and turn the NFL upside down. The need: a disruptive force on the defensive front, someone who can transform their pass rush from good to unstoppable. And this is where Jard Verse enters the scene. The Eagles have long been a team with a reputation for aggressive, high-impact defense. Vic Fangio's schematics, focusing on pressure and disruption, match perfectly with the kind of player Verse is becoming. An explosive, relentless edge rusher with a motor that never quits. But what if I told you that the Eagles' front office isn't just interested in a good linebacker? What if they're after a game changer? Someone who can elevate their entire defensive identity, someone whose skill set can redefine what's possible on the edge. That's exactly what Jard Verse offers. And trust me, this is not just wishful thinking. It's a calculated, strategic move rooted in league-wide intel, scouting reports, and those hidden whispers from the NFL's deepest corners. Let's get something straight. Jard Verse is a special talent. Since entering the league as the 19th overall pick in 2024, he's been steadily rising into the league's upper echelon of pass rushers. At Florida State, he was a dominant force, first-team All-ACC, a consensus All-American, and the Florida State defensive MVP for 2 straight years. His college tape, masterclass stuff. Explosive first step, unstoppable burst off the edge, relentless pursuit. This guy plays with a passion you see once in a generation. And his NFL trajectory, it's only climbing. In 2025, Verse recorded 58 tackles, including 35 solo stops with 7.5 sacks, 1 pass defensed, and 3 forced fumbles. Those numbers might seem pedestrian to the untrained eye, but dig a little deeper. His advanced metrics, off the charts. His pressure rate in the top 10% among all edge players, his quickness and bend. It's the stuff scouts dream of: explosive, violent, impossible to contain. His raw power combined with agility makes him a nightmare for blockers. Opponents who try to double him, they're in for a long day, especially when paired with Byron Young at his side, creating a potent duo that can attack from every angle. But what's truly fascinating is the perception around him. League insiders whisper that Jared Verse isn't just a player, you're looking at the future of pass rushing in the NFL. The kind of athlete that defenses build around, that coordinators scheme to neutralize, but that offensive lines dread facing. The NFL's top teams have been watching him closely, and the buzz is that the Rams might be willing to part ways because they see him as a piece to elevate their rebuilding project. Yet behind closed doors, there's a different story. Rumors suggest that some of the league's biggest powerhouses see his potential to become a franchise-altering player. And that's where the Philadelphia Eagles come into view as the perfect landing spot. Imagine Sirianni's staff with Verse applying relentless pressure from the edge, blitzing stunt schemes, inside rushes, flooding quarterbacks like a floodgate opening. It's a nightmare scenario for offenses across the league. His film. It's not just highlights. It's a masterclass in elite pass rush technique. Arm-over moves, push-pull, spin moves, and quick bananas to bend around the tackle. He's the kind of player who forces quarterbacks into bad decisions, redefines the concept of pressure, and creates turnovers like a true game wrecker. But this isn't just a talent acquisition, it's a strategic chess move. The Eagles, fresh off a Super Bowl win, are still hungry for more. They know their window is finite, and they're looking to establish a defensive identity that's impossible to handle. Jared Verse fits perfectly into that plan, but here's the kicker. There's a catch. It's not easy to land him. The Rams, holding a high draft pick of their own and a player they value, won't just give him away. The trade demands premium compensation, draft picks, maybe a young player or two, and certainly a hefty salary cap maneuvering. So how could this trade work? Well, consider this. The Eagles, with their recent draft capital, could offer a first-round pick this year, perhaps a late first or early second, plus a developmental player with upside and some salary cap flexibility. The Rams, looking to rebuild, could see value in a package that includes multiple picks, a potential cornerstone, maybe a linebacker or defensive back, and a salary dump if necessary. The key? Both sides see this as a win-win. The Eagles get their disruptive force, a player with a proven track record and untapped potential, while the Rams secure a package that accelerates their rebuild. Now let's talk about the fit. The scheme is perfect. Vic Fangio's system thrives on edge rushers who can rush from multiple angles, drop into coverage if needed, and create chaos in the backfield. Jared Verse's skill set aligns seamlessly with Fangio's philosophy. His quickness, combined with his bend and pursuit ability, would make him a nightmare in coverage when needed, and a relentless pass rusher on obvious passing downs. Immediately, the Eagles' defense could morph into one of the league's most ferocious units, one that can dominate on all three downs. In the comparison universe, Jared Verse resembles players like Myles Garrett in his explosiveness, or Khalil Mack in his versatility. He could become a franchise player, a cornerstone for the Eagles' defense, someone who attracts double teams, commands attention, and opens up opportunities for his teammates. His projection. In a full season of health and with the right scheme, easily a double-digit sack guy, a leader of the front seven, and a pulse raiser for the entire franchise. But let's not sugarcoat it. There are risks. The trade, however meticulously planned, could backfire if Verse doesn't adapt quickly or if the compensation demanded is too high. For the Eagles, the temptation is enormous. They're at a crossroads. Do they go all in for another shot at glory or hold back and build patiently? Right now, the signs point to all in, because the window of opportunity, especially with a core of players like Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, and their young stars, is closing fast. So what's the final word? I believe the Eagles are quietly, secretly preparing to strike. The pieces are aligning. The league is watching. The whispers are growing louder. Jared Verse, potentially the most disruptive linebacker in the modern NFL, might soon wear midnight green. And when he does, the entire league better brace itself. This move could shift the balance of power for the next decade. It's not just a trade, it's a statement. The Eagles aren't just contenders, they're manifesting a new era of dominance. You stay tuned because this story is far from over. The clock is ticking, and when the moment comes, when the deal is finally struck, it'll be the move everyone talks about for years to come. And trust me, the repercussions will echo across the NFL landscape, rewriting history in the process. And here's the kicker, what's even more shocking. The real masterstroke is still hidden behind the curtain, a secret so big that I haven't even told you half of it yet. And when I do, you'll understand why this isn't just another move, it's a revolution in the making. But for now, keep your eyes peeled, stay locked in, because what I've revealed is just a taste. The full picture, that's coming soon, and it's going to blow your mind. The NFL will never be the same.